For your homework today, you are in your Home Connections book. Remember, it has the house on the front. And then you're turning to page 95, Paths and Piggy Banks. You are going to look at these three paths. Little Inchworm wants to get from the house to the duck pond. She can use path A, path B, or path C. Number 1 says which path looks shortest. Circle one. Use your eyes to make an estimate of which path is shortest. Path A, path B, or path C. Number 2 says use the inch side of your ruler. Measure each path to find out which one is shortest. So if you're using your ruler, make sure you're using the inch side. The longer measurements is the inch side if you have a ruler with centimeters. When you measure, you want to measure from the beginning all the way to where the path bends. When the path bends, you'll need to kind of put your finger where it bends and turn your ruler so you keep measuring the exact length. Especially when you get to path B, you have to measure and turn. See how the 3 is right at the point? I know that I can turn and keep that 3 right there, and it looks like the other point goes right to the 4. And then I'll turn it back, and now my other point goes to the 5. Turn it again to see how long my whole path is. If I just measure straight across, well, I'm missing a whole part of my path. Put the length of each path right here. Path A is how many inches long, B is how many inches long, and C is how many inches long. For number 3, it says which path is the shortest. Of the 3 you measured, which one's the shortest? Number 4 says which path is the longest. Your challenge is to use a red pencil or marker to draw the shortest path from the house to the duck pond and measure it. You'd take a pencil and you would measure the shortest path. You'd make a new one from the house to the duck pond, a brand new path, and then measure it and put the answer down here. On page 2, you are looking at some money. Ella took all the coins out of her piggy bank. She made a graph about them. We've been looking at graphs in number corner. Pennies are 1 cent, nickels are 5 cents, and dimes are 10 cents. Does Ella have more dimes or more pennies? Which coin does Ella have the most of? How many fewer dimes are there than nickels? How much money does Ella have in her bank? Your challenge is Ella wants to buy a binder for $1. How much more money does she need? Show your work. So you'll need to add up all her money and then say how much more she needs to have $1. That's your homework, pages 95 and 96.